Can we get a hint of the position?
I'll give you that.
Receiver?
They were both running backs.
Both running backs.
Yeah.
AP and
And,
was it Sean Alexander?
and in fact, they were in consecutive years. Sean Alexander is the one I would never have gotten. Yes.
Well, he set a touchdown record. I
He
believe, that
did.
year.
Sean Alexander, the Seattle Seahawks in 2005, won the MVP. The other one was the year after. Any idea who it was?
2006.
So Sean Alexander is not a Hall of Famer. I'm looking down the list. Like almost every one of these other guys, almost is a Hall of Famer. But in 2006, it was
Is it
a running
Tomlinson?
back. It was LaDainian Tomlinson. So in this century, 22 years, there have been two non-quarterbacks. Now, if you go back in the 90s, Terrell Davis won in 98. Barry Sanders won in were there co-MVPs in 97? Barry Sanders and Brett Favre were both listed in 97. Emmitt Smith won in 93. Thurman Thomas won in 91. But it's quarterback. So you're not wrong, and that's why I think I always kind of laugh when somebody wins offensive player of the year. You're like, oh, okay, but it's not the guy who just won MVP. It's another quarterback that. So we're just what? I don't understand. So like if Jalen Hurts comes out and wins offensive player of the year, I kind of shrug my shoulders. I got no problem. I mean this guy. I think most people would tell you he's the most valuable player in the league.
He is. It dominates the game. It's the way it's played. Right now, it's just I always get a chuckle out of it with the way these awards have evolved. But it is so tough to evaluate just from when there's not a box score to look at. Like, well, how good is this left tackle? How really good is this defensive tackle if he's not getting sacks?
And is he that valuable?
Yeah.
We'll take your calls today, 505-246-0610. That's how to get to us. It's also the text line. So it's the 377 Brewery hotline and the text line 505-246-0610. We will accept emails at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. Watch the show. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico, and on our Facebook page. Whilst there, give us a like. It's the OD in the AM. Jerry, get us started on Super Friday. Hello, Jerry.
Good morning, fellas. How's it going?
Good. What's happening?
So you guys are right. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. But if you wanted to throw a guy who's not a quarterback out there, I think the closest you can go is probably like Christian McCaffrey. Here's a guy whose team did not lose a game other than like the one game. Like he gets there 3 days before, or like less than a couple days before, rather, and plays. And then his team just stops losing for the rest of the year until they don't have a quarterback.
I don't hate that.
To me, that's as close as I can think of. But I kind of just wish there was a solution to kind of give all of the players, like a way to evaluate all the players that you can give a award to somebody that's going to get tossed around in different position groups. But there's not, because that's the nature of football, right? There's one guy who touches the ball every play. It's the quarterback. Of course, he's going to be the most valuable.
And it's the hardest and most valuable position in all of American sports. And I would tell the sports of the world. I don't know how you do it. Last year when Cooper Kupp was putting up those numbers, he was in the conversation. You get a running back when a running back has a special year. Sean Alexander broke the touchdown record, or Adrian Peterson goes for 2,000 yards, whatever. They get consideration. They're special numbers. But to your point, how do you know how good the left tackle is? Who's protected Patrick Mahomes? There's no, are there stats? The common eye, and I would tell you, even the writers and the people who vote on this probably don't understand that. Do you know who the NFL rushing leader was this year? Do you have an idea? Do you know who led the league in yards?
The rushing yards.
Yeah. It was Josh Jacobs of the Raiders. Nobody knows.
That makes sense. Sure.
I mean, any idea who was the receiving leader in yardage in receiving this year in the NFL? Any idea?
Jefferson?
It was Jefferson. And so, we're getting into,
I was going to go Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but did Chase miss games?
Yes. He did. Hey, Jerry, appreciate the call. Yeah. No, enjoy Super Weekend, and I appreciate the call. Thanks. He's not wrong.
You do.
As far as how do you evaluate? And that's kind of your point, right? And that's why they have these other awards. But I mean, how does Justin Jefferson win MVP? Right? I mean, Cooper Kupp had a stupid season last year. What did he finish, third, fourth? Who won MVP last? That was Rodgers. It was Rodgers. Yeah, it's how it is. In the MVQ, you can change it. I mean, it's like the Heisman. What was it? Four quarterbacks in the room, right?
Yeah, and that's it's they've almost done that without changing it, knowing that all right, the MVP they're going to vote for the best quarterback of the year, offensive player of the year will give it to the
Next
best, the skill position. Usually, that's when Justin Jefferson won it, Cooper Kupp won it last year, so it works itself out. But there's no doubt that it came down to the end, and you got to look at Mahomes and Hurts, and I think Burrow was nipping on their heels, Josh Allen for a little bit there, but went to the right guy.
All right, we also got a new Hall of Fame class going into the NFL. We'll get through that. We got a game to play tomorrow. No, we got a game to play Sunday. We'll get through that as well. 505-246-0610. There's expansion talk. Get ready, because I think with OU and Texas announcing that they're leaving the Big 12 after the 2023-24 season, which is the next calendar year, you're going to see movement, and I think relatively quickly. And there's going to be a little bit of urgency now in the Pac-12 to do something, because the Big 12 is talking to the same schools the Pac-12 are, and the Big 12 is talking to some schools in the Pac-12. We're talking San Diego State and SMU, and what does that mean? And the Big 12 has made it very clear they want to go west. We'll talk some of that as well. Lobo women lose last night on the road in Boise. They're in Reno tomorrow. Lobo men on the road tonight. They are in Colorado Springs to play Air Force. We'll touch on all of that for you, and at some point we will super ho. It is your opening drive. Merry Friday to you. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Conspiracy theories, paranormal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
So you got a new Super Bowl class, or Super...
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited.
505-246-0610. Love talking to you on Super Friday. Make your pick. Who you got? Who's going to win the big game? People are wavering now, dude. Now that, all these people that were on the Eagles are kind of, well, but gosh, Mahomes is so good, and he's special, and he's magic, and he seems to be healthy, and everybody kind of wavering a little bit now, huh? I mean, do you feel like, do you know most people or most people secure solid with their Super Bowl picks?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people in my circles are still hammering the Eagles.
Okay, all right, yours?
No, not secure in it. Like, I've gone back and forth, I think, every day since Championship Sunday.
Yeah.
I feel like the Eagles today. Oh, well, I like Kansas City today. This is just in recent memory, one of the most evenly matched Super Bowls I can think of. Because you're going in, and usually there's something. Oh, maybe there's an offensive line deficiency. Oh, they lost a lot of players here. Both quarterbacks could be a little sore, but I'm not expecting it to affect their play. Both defenses are fantastic. All the numbers, if you look at it and you just run it down the list, they're so close in every single important category. And you just hope when it lines up like that, that we get a great, memorable game on Sunday.
I hope so. James, who you got in the Super Bowl?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm not.
That's probably the wrong
nobody.
pick. I'll bet that doesn't happen.
It's too even.
It's too even, so you got nobody. All right, what do you got?
Hey, there are people who keep talking about rings and guys like the NBA. LeBron just broke Kareem's record and all that. They call him the GOAT and all that. I mean, all this, and he's got rings, and Bill Russell got rings. But the one guy everybody's missing, Big Game Bob, Robert Horry.
Yeah, but
he's got 7 rings.
Yeah, but he was never the
one's missing.
He was missing.
I know, but I'm just saying he's for a guy that, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, we don't even talk about him. We don't say anything about him, but he's got multiple rings.
So when we have conversations about best players ever, should Robert Horry be in the middle of that?
No, I'm just saying he's got rings. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
I'm just bringing that up.
Yeah, no,
that's all. I mean,
he does have rings. 100%.
And I got one more thing, guys. One more. I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a busy week, man.
Yeah.
Been a busy week. So anyway, Everybody's talking about UConn basketball. They lost 2 games in a row and stuff like that. You know, they say, has the game passed Gino Auriemma-by? I'm not a big UConn fan. I'm not. In fact, I don't like the guy myself. I don't like him. But anyway, you know, the game, you know, if you become the top tier team all the time, eventually people, I mean, they're gunning for you they're giving you your best game every day, every moment. And when you go to, you go play the Lobos, the Lobos girls are going to give UConn everything. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's their Sherry
And
Blazer game.
eventually,
Everybody's
man,
big game. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's everybody's big game. Yes, you're getting everybody's best shot. You get beat.
Yeah, so the game passed them by. No, man, it's just
Couple other
the
teams are
game's
good.
evolving, and that's a good thing.
All right,
You
man.
know, it's evolving.
It's right. There's more teams that are good. Yeah, no, and you're right. He's brought the game to a place where there's competition out there for him where there wasn't a decade ago. And he's getting beat a few times. Hey man, enjoy the weekend. Appreciate you. See ya.
Hey, see you later.
All right. Yeah, I mean, women's basketball's gotten better, JJ. You see it every single day. All right. I mean, back in the day, there was a team. Then there were a couple of teams. Then it was Tennessee. And then it was UConn. Nobody could beat UConn. Notre Dame challenged him for a while. Now South Carolina's the team, right? I mean, he's made the game better. And they get a little feud going on there. All right, what do you think of the new National Football League Hall of Fame class? It was announced yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I went through it and I'm like, wow, okay. There's a couple names that I don't know that I would have said, yep, absolutely a Hall of Famer. When you said Rondé Barber to me, I said, yeah, no, really good player. I just didn't think Hall of Famer. Did you?
No, there's definitely a few names on that list, from Rondé Barber to Zach Thomas, that you don't immediately jump off Hall of Famer. Dale Revis Island, solid. Joe Thomas seemed like, of the list, one of the guys that's no-brainer. DeMarcus Ware, closer. But that's what you get, man. These Hall of Fame classes, sometimes they're no-brainers. Sometimes they have that debate, and that's always the question. If you have to think about it, then does that tell you everything you need to know?
Rondé Barber, the cornerback, Buccaneers, 1997 to 2012. Don Coryell, absolutely, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys remember Don Coryell, but he was a legend at San Diego State and with the Cardinals and the Chargers. Air Coryell, he finally got in posthumously. Chuck Howell, linebacker from the 50s, 60s, 70s, played with the Bears and Cowboys, gets in. Don't know much about Chuck. Joe Klecko was good. Jets and Colts, a defensive tackle, he's in. Darrelle Revis was really good. In fact, he was great. He's a Hall of Famer. Cornerback, lockdown, Revis Island, Jets, Bucks, Patriots, Chiefs. Ken Riley, a quarterback in the 60s through 80s. He played 1969 through 83 with the Cincinnati Bengals, all with one team. He's in. You mentioned the left tackle, Joe Thomas, no-brainer. All his 10 years, 07 through 17. Left tackle with the Browns. Zach Thomas is one you kind of go, okay. Played with the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the linebacker. And then DeMarcus Ware. I think DeMarcus Ware was a, I would have said, yeah, Cowboys and Broncos linebacker. So that's your class. I don't even know who the headliner of the class is. Is it Revis?
It might be. And this is what I always get a chuckle out of the Hall of Fame. Like, why Howley now? Like, what did he do this year that he didn't do 40 years ago?
Well, so is there a veterans committee that goes with those guys?
That's probably like the veterans committee thing, putting a couple of those guys
now
on the list. Same thing kind of Zach Thomas. Like, he's waited long enough.
Well, and I guess who else is on the ballot, right?
Yeah.
Who else do I like him over him? I mean, because the senior inductees, Klecko, Howley, and Ken Riley, and then a contributor like Don Coryell was a great coach. Contributor, he should be in on his
Air Coryell.
Yes, you all know about it. Everybody's heard of it. He made an impact everywhere he went. Like, I remember when I got to San Diego State, they were still talking about the Don Coryell era in the 60s. He left a legacy there, and then with the Cardinals, with the Chargers. I mean, those Charger teams never won. They never got to the Super Bowl. Those were the Dan Fouts, Kellen Winslow, John Jefferson teams. They were great teams back then. They just could never get over the hump. It was kind of like it was a weird era, right? Because you had two You look at the numbers of that era, you had quarterbacks in Marino and Fouts who put up just stupid numbers and never won a championship. And we don't ever talk Marino more than Fouts, just because Fouts was such a pocket passer, just didn't look the part of the great quarterbacks. But I mean, I think Fouts is one of the guys that we just never bring up great quarterbacks of that era, and that team was sensational. And Don Coryell is getting recognized for that as well. You good with the Hall of Fame class?
Yes.
Anything stand out to you? Anybody?
I mean, I'm not nothing crazy for me, but it's more. I think when it comes to being a fan, it's like it's not really personal for me, but happy for them. I always enjoy watching the speeches and always watching in Canton.
Yeah. Rondé Barber surprised you at all?
No.
It did me. He was good. I'm not telling you he wasn't good. I never just said, wow, Rondé Barber's a Hall of Famer. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us today. It's Super Friday. I know you got thoughts. Call your shot. Get in today at 505-246-0610. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl weekend, and I have a way to kick it off. I've been telling you about 377 Brewery. It's on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson. It's my favorite brewery. Not only do they have amazing drink and food, but they have an amazing event space, and they have a lot going on. I've been throwing pregame parties for the men's Lobo basketball team every home game, but they got a lot more going on. Tonight, they have live music. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, I've been to the brewery. It's small. No, they have a beautiful big event space in the back of the room. They got a heated patio they just redid. Plenty of room. They have amazing events. Again, they're having live music tonight, and next week they're having stand-up comedy. Come out. It's just a lot of fun. It's conveniently located. It's by the base. It's on your way to and from the airport. It's by the pit. It's by the stadiums. It's just all around a good time. So come out to 377 Brewery for all your pregame party needs, your live event needs. You can even rent out the room. I'm telling you, you got to come check out this event space. So come out to 377 Brewery on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, or check them out at 377brewery.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
Chuck Howley, new inductee into the Hall of Fame in the National Football League. MVP of Super Bowl V, the only guy on the losing team, says. All right. In response to James's call, text line says, Sean Livingston and Luke Walton have rings also. So what? The Water Boys on championship teams get rings. Guess when we're having the GOAT debate, we should discuss everyone who ever touched a ring, huh? Not sure that's what he's saying. I mean, his point is, when you talk about who has the most rings, I believe it to be, I mean, in the modern era, if you go back to Russell, I think he has 11, right? But, I mean, modern, 70s forward, 80s forward. It's Robert Horry, right? Now, nobody's going to sit here and tell you he was the centerpiece of any of those teams. He hit some big shots. He was
Big shot, Bob.
And he was a contributor on those teams. I don't think anybody's going to say, the Lakers didn't win because of Kobe. They won because of Robert Horry. Spurs didn't win because they had Tim Duncan. Robert Horry was there. No. But he got 7 damn rings. 7 rings? Should he even get consideration to be a Hall of Famer? We always,
7 rings is a lot.
Well, we put such a value, right, when we have these conversations on championships. And it's not like he just sat on the end of the bench. He was a contributor, is that fair? In different levels in each one of those. And some of them a pretty significant contributor to rings. I'm not sure that I ever thought of Robert Horry as a Hall of Famer, but when we have these conversations, so often part of the resume and a thick part of the resume is how many championships did he win, right? And it tends to be the divider. Well, he's better than him because he's got more rings. I mean, is that a consideration? I'll look up his full year-long or his full career-wide numbers, but should he even be in consideration?
Yes, because it is still the Basketball Hall of Fame. And then you could also look at his collegiate career and go through all that stuff if you wanted to.
Right. It's 7 rings is a lot now. 7 rings is a lot. He for his career, and he played a long time from 92 all the way to 2008. What do you think Robert Horry averaged per game in the NBA?
I looked it up, so I know.
Hey, Maria, any idea?
I'm sorry. No, I'm fresh out of looking up how much Robert Horry scores.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to stoop way below that.
No, I'm just saying, that's not fresh on my memory.
Geek out way too much for you. 7 points a game. So he's not a Hall of Famer. Even in the playoffs, 7.9 points a game. He hit some big damn shots, didn't he? Yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer. Maybe a ball or something from him goes into the Hall of Fame, but he's not. Never thought we'd have that conversation.
Yeah, it's like, this is so random.
Well, but when you think
it's not random though.
So much of what we do is random. So yeah, no, he's a good player. Good player, 7-time champion. You'll never.
Rings are important to the GOAT Hall of Fame conversation.
Damn right they are. Damn right they are. When you win championships, isn't that what they tell me we're playing for? You play to win the game, and that what Herm told us years ago? Hell yes. All right. NFL Hall of Fame class was announced, your MVP was announced. You can get in on any of that at 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. I'm finding this to be significant news. And we're going to talk a whole lot more NFL, but the expansion is going to take off. So Oklahoma and Texas, talking college sports now, have agreed to exit the Big 12 after the 2023-24 season. That's next athletics season, right? So one more year of football in the Big 12. And that's really, really triggered the expansion talk. And the Pac-12 expansion talk has heated up over the last week or two because evidently their media rights deal is not going to be done until they figure out what they want to do in regards to expansion. And George Kliavkoff, their commissioner, has visited both San Diego State and SMU. And I think it's inevitable San Diego State's going to either the Pac-12 or the Big 12, right? and you can make an argument that they'd be better off in the Big 12, and it's an interesting argument. The fact that the Pac-12 has taken so long is making people nervous, and the Big 12 now is going to swoop in, and they're looking at getting to 16 from the reports. And I think ideally what they want to do is get Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah to say, you know what, the Pac-12 is the uncertainty, we're out, we're going. And what that would do to the Pac-12 at that point, I don't know the answer. How would they piece that thing together, what it would be worth? And I think that's a big reason why the media, the people who are selling the media rights, or I'm sorry, who are buying the media rights, your carriers, Amazon, ESPN, whoever it's going to be, are holding out because they really want to see what that league is going to be before they fork over the money. So on July 1st of this year, BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati, Houston join the Big 12. They'll be at 14. They lose Oklahoma and Texas, they'll be at 12. Adding those four would get them to their number. Now, if they add San Diego State, I don't know that they want SMU, man. I think TCU's pretty secure trying to keep SMU out of the Big 12. Where would they go? Now, you're all raising your hand.
At this point, does it make sense to still do that as universities?
To do what?
Be like, oh, you can't be in our conference. Like, really, what is the point of that?
Does it make sense?
Yeah, like what is the point of that? Is it so that's the threat at this point in time when we've seen these teams leave these conferences, just fighting to have good teams together? Is that really a thing? Is it come down to the boosters? Is it just like, oh, well, we can't be in a conference with SMU? How dare they? Because at this point, you're just looking for quality teams, just trying to put the best conference together. Like, what's the point of still having that mindset?
I don't know that I think it makes sense either, but I know it's happening. I don't know that it makes sense for TCU to say we want to own this market, we don't want SMU in our league. I think to have that rivalry would be tremendous. But look at what USC UCLA does. Look at that rivalry. They're in the same city now, big city. But you know what? Dallas-Fort Worth is a big ass area. Like, can they handle two teams in the same league? Yeah, I think they can. And it might raise both of those ships, by the way. But I know there's a big animosity there, and so where the Gonzaga piece is still out there. Gonzaga is going to end up. Don't you firmly believe in one of those two leagues? You think Gonzaga is going to stay in the West Coast Conference with all this expansion going on and the value of that, what they bring for basketball? I believe Gonzaga is going to move to the Pac-12 or the Big 12. I do. I don't know which one I think. But I think the San Diego State piece is done one way or the other. They're going, I firmly believe, to the Pac-12 or the Big 12. And I think the preference probably is the Pac-12. I know that they want a full share, not to go in at some reduced share, because you're playing from behind anyway. Well, you get more money than you had now. Yeah, but I don't. How do I compete with my peers if you're giving them $35 million and you're giving us $22 million? How am I supposed to compete with them, right?
Yes.
So, they want a full share to go in. Would the Big 12 do that?
Should give a team a full share if they're joining your conference.
Yeah, and I don't know that that's what the Pac-12 is offering. And the fact
then let them be the Pac-8.
Yeah, and it might be. Yeah, no.
At that point in time.
What would be left if Arizona, if the four corner schools leave, the Arizona schools and Utah and Colorado leave? You're left with right now Cal, Stanford, Washington State, Washington, and Oregon, right? Is that 6? That's 6. What do they do? And then San Diego State say, yeah, we'll come in. And is that when, do they raid the Mountain West?
Yeah, you go SDSU, Gonzaga, you get to 8.
In
And
basketball,
all these other
you're 7 in
conferences are like
football.
sitting at 16.
But you're 7 in football.
Yeah.
Instead, football drives the ship. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, but I think it's going to happen relatively quickly. I think now there's an urgency, and I think we're going to see some stuff starting to move here. The Pac-12 is starting to feel a little bit of urgency because their television deal needs to be done. And now that the Big 12 has made it very clear that they are in the business of expanding, if you're sitting in Boulder, you're Deion Sanders and pushing the president, hey, man, like, what's our league going to look like? Let's go down and play with them. Like, you're in Utah. Are you looking at the uncertainty and saying, look, they're asking of us, there's a sure thing at the Big 12. We can go down there. It's not geographically undesirable, right? Yeah, we're not in California yet, unless they had San Diego State. But, I mean, look at what the Big 12, where do we want to be? I think people are getting nervous. I do. You don't think so?
It comes down to what is that check, right? And right now, if the Pac-12, if they all just say, hey, we'll be okay, even without USC, UCLA, if they feel like they can match the Big 12, then I don't think that there's a rush for Colorado or Utah to bounce at that.
But they got to get it done. But if they're sitting here wavering with this uncertainty, who are we adding? What are we going to do? The media rights aren't done, and you haven't seen the numbers yet, right? I think that's where the trepidation's coming. But just watch for it, because I think things are starting to move a little bit again, and what is that going to mean? And at some point, it will affect the Mountain West Conference. So, you know who else is nervous? Dudes, because Valentine's Day is on Tuesday, and you're trying to figure out what to do. I got it. Got you also at John Thomas Jewelers. Go to johnthomasjewelers.com. I was just bouncing around the website looking at what they have there. It's on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building, right there on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, right to the east of Coronado Mall. You got to want to get there, and you should want to get there. It's unlike any other jewelry store. And with Valentine's Day just days away now, boys, it's on Tuesday. Go by and see what they've got, from tennis bracelets to earrings to necklaces to beautiful stuff. And when you're ready to make that move and make your girlfriend your wife, and you're looking for the engagement ring, custom jewelry at its finest, and way more affordable than you'll ever imagine. Why? Because they do it all right here. They don't ship their stuff out. John Thomas Jewelers is unlike anything you've seen. If you can dream it, they will make it. The only 5-star Google-rated jeweler in the state. They're the only preferred jeweler in Albuquerque. That makes them the only jeweler in town that, listen to me, it gives you a free lifetime nationwide warranty on what you buy from John Thomas Jewelers. Unbelievable product, insane service, and customized pieces that you will make your very own at way more affordable price than you'll imagine. Do yourself a favor. Get by John Thomas Jewelers. Valentine's Day is coming up. You are going to be a very, very happy person, because you're going to see her face light up when she opens that box from John Thomas Jewelers. Go by and see them. It's on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, johnthomasjewelers.com. If you can dream it, they can make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco Dream Style Stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, so who you got? Super Bowl 57 days away. Where you going with it? Lenny said, don't know if I can call in 2 days in a row, but Eagles defense is too much and a low-scoring 24-17 win for them with 150 yards rushing. I feel more people are on the Eagles. I know you are. You're hitting them hard over on your show tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, no, I'm. A lot of people are picking the Eagles, though. They think they're the more complete team on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
And I'm excited. This is gonna be a really good game.
Is it still 1.5 Eagles?
Yes.
All right. What prop bets you like?
Oh. Well, like the crazy ones, or
well, I mean, like I don't know. I know you get a whole
the
list.
novelty.
I don't want to give away
ones.
your whole show, but
No,
it's
everyone was talking about. Just like I just love the novelty, the exotic bets. That's my favorite part about Super Bowl.
So like who's gonna win? Like
who's gonna win the coin
so
toss?
stuff that takes no skill. It's just you got to pick heads or tails.
Yeah,
you
just
gotta
like
pick
betting.
Orange or yellow.
There's no skill. There's just luck.
Right. All right. So that's the kind of stuff.
Who they're gonna show? Are they gonna show Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts first? What Gatorade's gonna be poured? How long's the national anthem?
Yeah.
Like ridiculous.
So you like the bets that like it's a total up to luck.
I have like first team to call a timeout, first, and then I have like who's going to score the first touchdown, or the list goes on.
Yep. I saw a prop bet like if you pick 6 dudes and if they all score a touchdown, and you drop $20, you can win like stupid money, like different crazy parlays, and this is the most bet event period bar none. Like everybody seems to have some action on it, whether it's a square, whether it's prop bets, whatever it is. It feels like everybody's got something on this one, doesn't it?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, where are you leaning, by the way?
I'm leaning towards the Chiefs,
and you're leaning Eagles, aren't you?
I am leaning Eagles.
Yeah, I'm leaning Eagles too. I think that's where I'm going, but boy, this should be fun. Like this one, last year was nervous. Like, last year I turned into a fan first time. Last year I watched the Super Bowl in my house. I didn't want anybody around.
I'd be the same way, Jeff.
Yeah. It's like I'm not going to your party. I'm not going to scream. I'm not. I'm watching the Super Bowl in my house, and it was cool. And I got to jump on my chairs and do my thing. This year I may stop by a few gatherings because I don't even know if I care that much. Like typically, even if it's not your team, don't you kind of like have a feeling towards one team? If you're a Cowboy fan, you care. You don't want the damn Eagles to win, right? If you're a Cowboy fan, you're on the Chiefs. If you're a Raider fan, you want the Eagles. You can't stand the Chiefs, right? I don't really have emotion for either one of these teams. Do you?
I do.
Against the Eagles?
Oh yes.
Yeah, because you're
in general. I just have never growing up. I've never been a big fan of the NFC East.
All right, as a Bronco fan, are you kind of just? I mean,
no. I don't have any of that. Like,
yeah, when you get older too, and
I have it against fans. not teams.
Total. Oh,
Fans
I-
upset me,
I
not
like
teams.
that page.
I'll root against fans and not a team. Because Patrick Mahomes is, to me, is like Steph Curry is to you.
Yeah, no, and I'm kind of that way on Mahomes. If I'm leaning, but I really like Jalen Hurts too. Like I really like Jalen Hurts.
And
But
for-
it's that way for me would be.
And two, this Philadelphia franchise, they've retooled everything. You know, this isn't just a team like Kansas City that's in the middle of a ridiculous run where you've gotten the 5 AFC championship games, you've been in 2 Super Bowls, you've won 1. Like, this is a brand new coach, a brand new quarterback from 5 years ago when they won the Super Bowl. So their story is fascinating that, you know, they were like, yeah, we don't think Doug Peterson's a dude, blew out Carson Wentz, retooled the entire roster, and they're back in the Super Bowl, and they're slight favorites over the guy that's been running the league the last few years.
I don't think it's arguable they upgraded a quarterback from Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz didn't even win the Super Bowl. It was Nick Foles to where they are now. I don't know that I think they upgraded at head coach, although I don't know that I think they downgraded. I mean, Nick Sirianni got him here. He's a different cat than Doug Peterson is. I think Doug Peterson's proven his mettle with what he's done in 1 year at Jacksonville. He was a good coach. It was bizarre that they blew him out a year and a half later, right? 2 years later. Team-wise, I don't have an emotion on it. I know the boss is our big boss is a big Chiefs fan, and so I love the Chiefs. His boss, but I don't, man. This one, it's the most innocuous I've been on a Super Bowl in a long time as far as caring who wins. I always kind of, whether you know it or not, sitting on the air, I try to stay relatively neutral or whatever in this role. But you always in your own mind have a lean. I think. I just don't. This is really a weird one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a weird one to me. They're both really good. I'm struggling with who I think is going to win. I'm leaning Philly. I'm struggling like who I want to win. To you, JJ, to your point, I love Mahomes. I mean, how do you not love watching that guy play? It's like a Steph Curry kind of a thing. It totally is to me.
Yes, that's why I grew up a Broncos fan. I lived in Denver as a little kid, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, I can't like the Kansas City Chiefs because they're in the same division.
Yeah,
that's just not the way I'm wired anymore these days. Maybe if you asked me when I was a younger kid, flip it out on Sundays, sure. But now it's just I'm about the teams, I'm about the players, and just seeing high-level competition.
Yeah, A-Marie
and like Patrick Mahomes just awes me in that offense.
Yeah.
And what Andy Reid creates, it's phenomenal.
I can't argue with any of that except for I haven't outgrown the pettiness. I just as far
like
as
if the 49ers were in the Super Bowl, Jeff, you would be like, let's go Chiefs.
Well, that's the only one I've just not been able to get over. And it's just because, and that's honestly, JJ, more than anything, it's a fan base thing. It's their fans. And it's experience growing up with their fans and what they did to your team back in the day. That I'll never be a San Francisco Giants. I'll never pull for the Giants. I can't pull for the 49ers. That's I don't care enough that people say, oh, I hate them. I don't hate them, but if there's a team that I dislike, right? It's ingrained in me. You're a better man than I am because I never outgrew that, and I know you're the same way as I am.
100%.
Right? I mean, you hold on to the petty stuff. They beat us in that game, and I'll never get over whatever.
But also, I'm with JJ. It's more fan bases too. It just
100%.
experiences.
Like I'm not mad at the team. It's just
I love Joe Montana.
I might root against teams just to see some bitter fans in certain places.
No doubt. No, look, man, I got insane respect for Montana and Bryson Taylor and Roger Craig and even Bill Walsh. It's Niner fan I grew up with. Oh, that's the one I can't get over. Where are you leaning? How you feeling? Super Fridays here. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Nelson, he's got 3 fouls, so he doesn't really want to be getting the ball.
The dagger. That's
Gomez!
Inside.
Hostile gives it up. Shot is up. Oh! Ball goes
inside to Duke, guarded by Trujillo. Eli with the tip and the finish. Schermerhorn on the drive. Yes, strong finish.
She's going to got numbers. Going to
1
make it.
second. She slips it in just a. Still some time. Montoya, plenty of room. Yes. Wide open long ball for Jason Montoya. One against the screen. Ball fake, but rejected. Oh, rejects it. Quickly, or if they hold for the final. Wyckoff, yes, count the basket. A chance at a three-point play for Wyckoff, and a free throw is coming up.
Catch and shoot.
E. Hill, give it to the hot hand. Why not?
What happened to the boys? And oh boy. I guess they knew about it.
One more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and J.J. Buck.
Awards season in the NFL Hall of Fame inductions. The Jim Brown Award honors Josh Jacobs, the inaugural winner of the award that will be given to the rushing champion in the National Football League. Josh Jacobs, your NFL MVP. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to quarterback the Chiefs on Sunday in Super Bowl 57 right here on the Sports Animal. Good morning to you. It's Super Friday. Take the day off. What the hell? I mean, look, you guys, everybody wants Monday off. I think it just should be a super weekend. We got plenty of long weekends. I mean, if it's going to be super, you get Friday, you get Sunday. Tell the boss I said take it off. What the hell? Blame it on me. Have him call me. What do I care? Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian. Glad you're with us today. We're kind of going through who you on. This is a weird one in this market because I don't know that there's a lot of emotion around the Chiefs and or the Eagles, or maybe there is. Omar says I could care less about the bowl, Jeffy. Dallas Cowboys are out, so my season's over. If I had my way, they'd both lose. I'll be watching Chips Marathon Sunday afternoon. Good for you. Good for you. What else do you put on, man?
Omar spends a lot of time not caring about sports. And
Yeah,
Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do on Super? What does Super Sunday look like for you? Is it all football? Is it?
Ooh, we doing Philly cheesesteaks and barbecue?
Ooh,
that's right.
No, I like to do that. The theme of whatever the teams are.
Do you
that's
really?
that's what I like to do.
So do you both teams? Are you watching at home or are you watching the game?
I actually will be in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
All right then.
I know, really random, but I will.
So you're
Got to make sure I can get all my bets
So I'm
in.
going to guess you're not in on Monday.
No.
All right. Now, you're usually not here on Monday. I'm starting to realize that. No.
On Mondays in general.
Will that be 3 in a row?
Might
be.
I mean, certain parts of the year. This is a really weird conversation.
No, yeah, no. I just got hit me. Yeah, sorry.
No, just sometimes.
No,
I'm
enjoy
off on
Vegas. I
Mondays.
didn't even know you were going. All right, that's good. Vegas is a good place to watch Super Bowl.
I've never been. I'm very excited.
All right, how you watch it? You gonna be at home?
Small gathering.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I don't really go to a lot of parties or anything. I like to
You know, I got a 9
have
o'clock tea
Christmas
time.
in my house. Ooh, that's a great way to start off Super
Right,
Weekend.
it's supposed to be really nice on Sunday.
Oh.
So I got a 9 o'clock
And
tea
golf
time.
is back, I
And
feel like.
10, 11, 12. Figure I'm done 1:30. Go back, watch the end of the Waste Management, shower up, and hit a couple gatherings. And because again, now it would be different if it was your team, right? I might, but yeah, 9 o'clock tea time should be good, and get some music and good people, and get a couple in you, and get started.
Good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Fun
That's
games.
how I'm gonna do it. Tony's got emotion on this game.
He has a lot of emotion. I had to put him on hold.
505-246-0610. Tony is a Bronco fan. How you feeling about this? I think I know.
You know, I'm first of all, happy Friday to everybody. I agree, kind of, sort of, but not really with you guys on the whole emotion thing and which way to go. Look, on the whole thing about we don't care about the teams, it's the fans, JJ. I couldn't agree with you more. Us Cowboy haters, we could give a rat's arse about the Cowboy team. It's the fans that we can't stand. Because them fans still live back in the Clinton days. You know what I mean? When they were relevant. But that's a completely different conversation when you're laying down on the couch. But anyway, I'll spare you guys the details. But as far as this game, I don't want the Chiefs to win. I mean, do we really ever really outgrow that hate?
I haven't.
Or what was it that you guys called it? The outgrow the what?
Well, it's like there's a vitriol for teams in your division. What it is.
I'm not going to cheer for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm not going to cheer. The only thing I'm cheering for, and I already called my mother-in-law, told her to light the candle. I want Mahomes to get gout right before the game. That's how bad I hate him. That's how bad I hate him.
Why do you hate him?
Because he's that good.
All right, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Because he's that good. The game's not that easy, and he makes it look easy. Shooting is not that easy. Steph Curry makes it look too easy. Too easy. And yes, I love the game of football. I love the game of basketball. I love the game of baseball. I love it. But it's not that easy. And for these dudes to make it, and yes, they're a once in a lifetime generational talent and everything. But no, I hate them. I hope they both get gout on Saturday night. That's what I'm hoping for.
Gout's a miserable thing, dude. That's a
Yeah, I know it is. Oh my God, I get to the big toe of the right foot. But anyway, again, different conversation for laying down on the couch. I'll spare you guys the details on that too. But I hope I'm looking for a good game. The storyline that I really like and I've been seeing a lot about is Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey. I've never been a big Travis Kelsey guy. But hearing the stories about how he grew up with Jason Kelsey is so amazing, man. It's giving me a different appreciation for Travis Kelsey.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy a gout-free Super Weekend. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
The Kelsey story's good. And brothers playing against each other is always a story. But the fact that these guys are such big personality brothers, right? I mean,
Yeah, they've got the podcast. It's good.
Yeah. No, they're really good for this week. Wishing gout on someone, and I'm just saying, he ain't ever going to outgrow it. JJ, you're a bigger man than most of us. You are a bigger man than most of us to outgrow that stuff. It's like I don't.
Well, should Chiefs fans be nervous that Patrick Mahomes is the MVP because no player has won an MVP and Super Bowl since '99?
I think that's real.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, that's a trend. I mean, 22 years is a trend, isn't it?
It is.
It's at some point, or 23 years. Yeah, at some point you're like, wow, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I think there's something to that. Now, somebody's going to break that. And I think we've all come to the conclusion that this guy's special. This guy's different.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to break that, right?
Yes.
When his other MVP, because this is the second MVP for Mahomes, did he lose the Super Bowl that year?
He won in 2019.
He won, and so he won this. He won the MVP in 18. Did he win the 2019 Super Bowl? Obviously, he didn't. Yeah. So did he? Were they in the Super Bowl? I'm saying that year. Were they in the Super Bowl that year? I don't remember for Super Bowl.
They lost 2 years ago to the Bucks.
All right, so that's not. So he didn't make the Super Bowl that year. Okay. Yeah, you go back, man. It's crazy. The quarterbacks since '99 when Warner won the Super Bowl or as MVP. Kurt Warner won again in 2001. He didn't win the Super Bowl. Rich Gannon, Steve McNair, Peyton Manning. Then it was Sean Alexander and Tomlinson. Tommy, Peyton, Tommy, Aaron, and then Adrian Peterson. Peyton, Aaron, Cam Newton, and Matt Ryan were thrown in there. Tommy, and then Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Aaron, and Patrick Mahomes. Damn. Do you know who's won the MVP the most? NFL MVP. Do you know who's won it the most?
Aaron Rodgers.
That is incorrect.
Peyton Manning.
That is correct. 03, 04, 08, 09, and 13. Rodgers won 4 times. And then there's
close.
Yeah, no, it was close. And then 3-time winners Tommy, Brett Favre, Jim Brown, and Johnny Unitas. That's impressive. And then 2-time winners Warner, Young, Montana, and now your homie. JJ, that's yes. To your answer, yeah, I think that. Look, you could say, "Oh, it's hocus pocus" and whatever, and yeah, if something hasn't happened in almost a quarter of a century, yeah, at some point I'd be a little nervous. Why? But I think we all know at some point the MVP is going to win the Super Bowl, right?
Absolutely.
And that feels like the guy who's built to do it.
Yes. This is just the beginning, I feel like, for us. And I'm really excited about the Andy Reid storyline in this bowl. He had a very great career, just no rings with the Eagles.
That's right. I think Eagle fans still really likes him. Now they don't like him this week.
No, they don't like him this week. I'm just saying there's a lot of history there. He went to like 5 NFC championships with the Eagles. He did a lot there. So
text line says, as a Raider fan, I hate, in capital HATE. Everything else is in regular type. The Patriots. As a Raider fan, I hate the Patriots ever since the AFC Championship game in 2002. The Tuck rule, a.k.a. the snow job. Raider fan will never get over that one. Yeah.
I'll live forever.
Yeah. And Raider fan can never root for the Patriots. It's like, Laker fan, now it's different with LeBron. The LeBron thing with Laker fans is really, I've never seen anything like this. Change deep team loyalties. And I know a lot of Laker fans, deep, hard Laker fans who are like, yeah, well, whatever.
They just put the Lakers on hold.
They did, totally. No, 100%.
When LeBron leaves, they'll be Laker fans.
But if the Lakers played the Celtics in the championship right now and it was LeBron getting another ring or the Celtics getting one, I never thought I'd see a scenario where, how would I pull for the Celtics, right? I just grew up where it's just ingrained in you, right? As a Laker fan, that's the bad guys. That was evil. I mean, do you guys ever see did they run a 10-part series? Mm-hmm. ESPN ran was it 10 parts on that? On the Lakers and Celtics rivalry? Did you guys watch that? You should. Like anybody who loves sport and especially loves the NBA should watch that. It's like watching the History Channel in a lot of respects, don't you think? I mean, you should know what happened before you, but the history going on there, it was so well done. And this isn't like Showtime, the HBO thing, but the ESPN. JJ, was it a 30 for 30 or was it? It was just
yeah, it was
like a 5-6 part or 7, whatever it was. I would suggest you catch that because it explains the emotion. Celtic fan hates the Lakers. I mean, you're just brought up that way in Boston, man. You get a lot of hate in Boston. If you grew up a Boston fan, you hate the Yankees and you hate the Lakers and you hate the Canadiens and right.
In New York, too, just East Coast mentality. When I moved out there, I was like, wow, these fans, actually, it's way different vibe out there.
All right, but Yankee fan hates the Red Sox. Who else has that vitriol? Because in New York, it's always felt to me like, oh, whatever, we're New York, bleep you. I mean, you can hate us all you want. Aside from the Yankee fan hating the Red Sox fan, does Nick fan hate?
Oh my gosh.
Celtic?
Okay, so
I mean, they don't like anybody. Don't get me wrong.
no, but football, like the Giants
Yeah.
and anyone in the NFC
Eagles,
East,
Reds,
and I've been to
Bears,
those games
yeah.
in MetLife
Yeah,
in New York, and it's crazy. The Jets, they can't stand the Patriots.
Okay.
Just and pretty much anyone in their division,
Yeah.
but it's like they're like ruthless
Yeah,
at
they
these
are.
games.
Mets fans or whatever. Yeah. You're right. There's a little bit of the arrogance.
Mets
to
hate the
it.
Phillies when I've been to those
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, rivalry games. There's a lot of dislike. They don't like anybody. But as far as like that deep down, I will
But
never.
Yankees, Red Sox, I've been to one of those games and like beers thrown at each other, they're chirping.
Yeah,
it's just
borderline
also
dangerous.
don't waste beer, but
Seriously. I mean, that's
that's a
alcohol.
throwing like $10.
10?
No, 15, whatever.
Yeah, back
20.
in the day.
yeah,
but
whatever.
I remember
when I was in 2009 when I was going to these games.
The old Shea Stadium, they used to sell Schaefer beer, and I'm like, whatever, man. All right, so you can waste that. Schaefer, guy would. That was like one of my first, honestly, my first memory of going to a baseball game at Shea Stadium when I was a kid. What was the guy, the beer vendor, walking up and down the aisle? Beer here, beer here. I don't know why that's my first memory, but that is my first memory of Schaefer beer and Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner back in the day. All right, who you on? Make your pick. And how are you as a fan? Is it stick with you as you get older or younger, or maybe it just gets more ingrained? Maybe it just gets more intense to you as you're a fan of a team. Your disdain for certain teams, because I don't know that there's a ton of Chiefs and or Eagles fans, although there are some around here. So how are you picking who you're rooting for? I'll tell you, Jeff, it's who the hell I bet on. That's who I'm rooting for. Makes it easy. 505-246-0610. IPS protects my home and businesses all around Albuquerque. Bad guys are increasing in numbers. The good guys' numbers are dwindling. So IPS offers you affordable private security for your home and business. Who are they? Well, it's a company that started back in 2006. Aaron Jones started it up in Fort Hills. And all these years later, business owners all over Albuquerque and homeowners all over Albuquerque trust IPS to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Aaron's from here. He's passionate about making Albuquerque a better, a safer place to live and work by watching your home, watching your business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. I've trusted IPS for years to watch my home. I go away. I let them know I'm gone. They do extra patrols. They'll pick up newspapers and mail, roll garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. If you get a package delivered, they'll take it off your porch and hold it for you until you get back so the bad guys don't get it. Call them and talk to them and see what they can do for you. It gives us peace of mind. It protects our home. Don't let the bad guys come and destroy everything. IPS's number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420, or you can visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations.
Oh. I literally, like, I'm schwitzing over here. Like, I'm all schwitzing. I got a question for you guys. So, the MVP was awarded yesterday. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback. JJ said it should be like the MVQ. So, post-merger, that was 1966. So, however many years, what is it, 57 years, right? So, there's been 57 years that there's been MVPs. Quarterbacks win them like, it started out Bart Starr, Johnny Unitas, Earl Morrall, Roman Gabriel, John Brody, right? All right. I'm not going to ask you how many times. I'm going to tell you, but do you any idea? Twice a defensive player has won MVP. Twice. You probably would have said under that, right? Do you know who those 2 players were that have been NFL most valuable players on the defensive side?
Was one of them Lawrence Taylor?
One of them was Lawrence Taylor, yes. Lawrence Taylor in 1986. 2 times since the merger, a defensive player has won NFL MVP.
Not Super Bowl.
No, NFL MVP, like the award Patrick Mahomes won yesterday. Lawrence Taylor won in 86. Any idea who the other one was? What if I told you he was on your team? One of you.
Von Miller?
No, the other one of you.
No.
Okay, so it's me. I was going to say, I was like, I don't know, that was Super. Never mind. I was thinking Super Bowl,
the
not
other
MVP.
one of you.
Did it have something to do with the purple people eaters?
It did.
Oh, Alan Page.
Yeah, 1971. So in the 57 years since
Wow.
twice has it been a defensive player. Do you? How about this? Well, I'm kind of giving it away. True or false? A kicker has won NFL MVP before. A kicker has won NFL MVP. True or false?
In the last
Since the merger in the last 57 years. True or false? A kicker has won NFL MVP. Quarterback.
I want to say true.
Simply because I'm asking the question.
I know.
I'm kind of
Like,
trying
why
to
would
throw
you
you
ask
off
yeah,
a
I'm
little
like
bit.
the only person I could think of is
True
like
or
from
false?
like Justin Tucker.
A left tackle has won MVP.
Yes, I could see
A
defense.
tackle has not. You guys going true on kicker?
Yeah,
it is true. It is not Justin Tucker. Any idea who the
I'm
kicker
thinking
was?
of like who in the last. Is it before our
I
time?
saw no. Well, I mean, maybe,
Not to
yeah,
age
a little,
anyone.
a
Not
little,
to
a
age
little bit,
anyone.
a little bit before your time, probably. I mean, it's in the 80s. So, and
A little bit.
I just saw a story on this kicker the other day, and I guess
Born in
he
mid-80s.
didn't get. Yeah, no, it was before your time. It was, but he said all he's got is a newspaper article saying that he won MVP, but he doesn't really like have an MVP award. Any idea? Like, did you guys even know a kicker had won MVP?
No.
No.
I'm not sure I did until this week.
I'm
either.
sure some guy would quiz me on that, but I didn't.
Yeah, name
I
three
haven't
kickers.
named 3 kickers.
Mark
or who was the
Mark Mosley
MVP
of
kicker?
Washington in 1982. Wow. Yeah. And the next year, Joe.
Did they
Flacco-
not score a touchdown that season?
So I got to go look
what?
at that. But the next year, his quarterback won MVP. It was Joe Theismann, a former New Mexico Bowl guest speaker. Let's throw that in, of course. But I got to go look at Mark Mosley's numbers in 1982 because Mark Mosley MVP stats, it's just bonkers.
Did they mean to vote for Theismann that first time and it somehow accidentally got switched to the kicker?
I'm going to guess not. I don't know that. But you go back and just go, he was a good kicker, I guess. I don't know that he's in the Hall of Fame. He was drafted by the Eagles in the 14th round of the 1970 draft. But it's just, think of it. I'm looking at a story actually that was dated 2 days ago. He says he thinks the feat will never be matched. There's no way a kicker's ever going to win this award again. Like, is that fair to say? There's not a lot of things fair to say in sports. No way it'll ever happen. There's no way in hell a kicker will ever be MVP in the NFL again.
No,
right?
No, it's gonna be quarterback.
I'll get you some of the numbers and why, and tell you the story. But it's just when you start going back and looking through the history of some of this stuff, and a kicker possibly somehow won MVP of the National Football League, the award that Patrick Mahomes just won. How on earth?
I need to know more about that.
Yeah.
I need like a 30-minute
No,
documentary on that.
I'll get you through it in less than 30 minutes. I'll do that after we talk to Mackenzie because I got a sweet deal for you. Hello, Mackenzie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good.
So here's what I got for you today. It is a sweet deal, and it's a sweet deal that. Well, let me just give you instructions on this one. I'm not going to tell you how to do stuff, but if you want to take part in this Pizza 9 sweet deal, get on our website at 9 o'clock, not at 9:04 because they will be gone. Go on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Click on the sweet deal icon, and at 9 o'clock, for just $25, you get $50 worth of delicious Pizza 9 party packs that include pizza, wings, bread, nuggets, and soda for up to 20 for your big game parties. And been voted best in the city by Albuquerque, the magazine. And you can shop online. You got a lot going on. And you guys celebrated it. Yesterday was National Pizza Day. Is that right?
Yeah, we celebrated yesterday, and we're celebrating all weekend, actually.
Isn't every day damn National Pizza Day? What'd you do for National Pizza Day at Pizza 9?
So we did a special. If you bought a large 2-topping or specialty pizza, you got a free medium 1-topping pizza.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, but we're actually doing another special that's ending tomorrow. We're giving away 3 small party packs.
Right on.
So if
how do people get in on that?
they just have to text our number. So our number is 833-350-0881.
And what do they text to that? Oh.
They just text the word party.
All right, so text the word party to 833-350-0881.
Yes, and then it's also on our Facebook and website if you forget the number.
All right, go to Pizza 9, and they can win what?
We're giving away 3 small party packs.
Damn.
Yeah. So
All right.
tomorrow for the Super Bowl, and then they can redeem it on Sunday.
All right, boys and girls, get in on that. Text the word party to 833-350-0881, and you can get in and win one of those 3 party packs. It is Chicago-style pizza. No matter where you are, man, you're going to find that their food's not average. It is terrific. All right, what's special? What do you guys got going on? Because I know you got a few other things going.
So yeah, this weekend is going to be pretty big with
You
the
think?
Super Bowl and
Is this like what's Pizza Night's biggest time? Is it Super Bowl parties? Is it New Year's? Like when? Because everybody's doing pizza.
yeah, so our biggest days are definitely Super Bowl and Halloween.
All right. So how do you
Yeah.
suggest if people want to get Halloween? Really? I don't know that I would have thought that. All right. So people want to get in. They're thinking now, what are we going to feed people? I'm going to guess the idea is probably not to call on Sunday afternoon.
You could definitely call on Sunday, or you can pre-order actually online at pizza9.com. So if you're busy watching the game, you forget to order, we'll just deliver it to you.
Who's working? Are you working Super Sunday?
Not me personally.
Not
but...
me, man. I'm above that pay grade now. I don't have to work Super Sunday. Good. Well, it's not just pizza now. It's sandwiches and wings and pastas and soups and salads and the menu's just gotten so big and so good.
Yeah, everything's delicious on there.
All right, how many Pizza Nines are there now?
We have about 13 in New Mexico and 3 almost in Sweden now.
Well, if New Mexico feels more convenient than the Sweden options, but although Sweden sounds really fun.
Yeah, if you ever
Have you
travel
been there
there.
yet? Have you opened up the Sweden stores? Did you get to go?
I haven't got to see it yet, but I'm hoping
Man,
one
you
day.
need to get on the
yeah.
boss and say, "Let me go on the radio in Sweden, yeah," and I can do it over there. All right, take advantage. It is our sweet deal. It's Pizza 9. Get on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Go at 9 o'clock because they go quickly. There's only 100 of these things for $25. You get $50 worth of Pizza 9. Mackenzie, it's great to see you. Happy Super Weekend.
Thank you. You
Take
too.
the rest of the day off, as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
And going into Super Weekend, fellas, I have been telling you all week, this is your girl, your part-time bro. All week, I've been telling you, yes, we have the big game coming up, but you got Valentine's Day coming up. 4 days away. We only got 4 days for you to create a chocolate experience. Yes, I said chocolate experience because what Valentine does not enjoy chocolate? Because you're going to head over to Theo Brahma Chocolatier. It's my favorite go-to place for all your chocolate needs in Albuquerque. Go there for special events, for holidays. Heather is going to take care of you. It's located on Montgomery and Tramway. And you're like, what? A chocolate experience? Yes, because Heather has amazing products like soft centers, turtles, chocolate-covered popcorn. You name it, she has it. And it's just amazing quality. I'm telling you, it's melt in your mouth. Do not go to the drugstore after the weekend and get just trash candy that they just have left. There's only going to be a few bags left, and you're not going to be that person. You're going to call Theo Brahma Chocolatier today at 293-6545. Again, sorry, let me give you that number again. 293-6545. Theo Brahma Chocolatier. It's a delight in every bite. Go out, go today. Don't wait till after the weekend. Go there today, Friday, right after you get off work today. Go up there, Montgomery and Tramway. Theo Brahma Chocolatier. Your go-to place for all your chocolate.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local...
Or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
Fell off the front page and be the biggest headline, but for a while they did.
It seems to be a trend with KD, I'll be honest. It seems like, you know, most years he has those kinds of stories, whether it's the beginning of this season, the end of it's something like this with KD seemingly every year. Where is he going to be? Where is he going to land? What's it look like? And I know it's one of those things, but I will say it was an exciting week. I also think that's kind of the curse of the Super Bowl, right? So you have 2 weeks, you need to fill content, and you end up having these questions like, what's your favorite color to some of these athletes, right? So they're searching for content, and then all of a sudden the NBA trade deadline comes in, lots of transactions, huge amount of, I think it was like over 20-something transactions happened yesterday. So huge amount of news, you know, in that vacuum. I guess my question is, after yesterday, first off, surprised that there wasn't an AD move, right? Like, I think he's a generational talent when he's healthy, but you know, I think who was it who said the best ability is availability?
A lot of people, but JJ says that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I just think when he is healthy, you saw him at the beginning of the year. He is a generational talent. He's incredible. There's no doubt about it. But he's perpetually hurt, and I just wonder if you were able to deal him, how much better could LA get if they dealt him? And I guess the question is, off air, like, how much better did LA get last night or yesterday with all the trades that they made? I'm definitely curious about what you thought about that. Right. I heard that there was a Levine possibility. I mean, he dropped 36 points last night, which I thought was really huge. But before you answer that question, final thing, one of the big pieces of the Super Bowl hoopla is the commercials, the different campaigns that are gonna, the different commercial campaigns that are gonna be going on. For my money, best commercial campaign I've ever seen run was not by the NFL or in football. It was actually in the NBA. It was around basketball, and it was the Pepsi Uncle Drew Kyrie Irving campaign. For my money, best campaign commercials for a product I've ever seen. So anyway, thanks guys.
All right,
Have
Travis.
a good weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
See you. All right, why don't you jump in on that? As far as did the Lakers get better?
Yes, but not to the expectations that you have when LeBron James is on your basketball
Not
team.
better enough.
Yeah, not better enough.
Yeah.
Good try.
That you're 5 games under 500. You lost again last night.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't play, but it's just the LeBron parade because he has a scoring record. And the fact is, they have a lot of work to do just to get in position to be ready for the playoffs. And I am not surprised they didn't trade Anthony Davis because I don't think that was ever on their mind. Anthony Davis right now, there's the physical questions. I think he's having a mental block right now, more so than anything when it comes to his physical health at this exact moment. I think he's just really frustrated and ran down by the state of this franchise right now. And he understands that he is a big part of that by not being able to play up to the level of expectations.
Yeah, I think they got better, but not better to the point where Phoenix guy added Kevin Durant, where Dallas added Kyrie Irving, where by the way everybody was better than you anyway, and you look down the list and yeah, you added some pieces and you found a shooter, but did you get better enough? I mean, hopefully you got better enough to get in the play-in tournament. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
that's where they are.
Where they are at this moment in time, and the Lakers. You've seen enough of it. It's one that, this league is so good, and it's never just been someone beating anyone by themselves, but especially in the Western Conference. They're a better constructed basketball team, but they're not a championship basketball team.
All right, 2 lines are open, 505-246-0610. We're going to get back to you and what you have to say when we return. That's the text line as well, 505-246-0610. Emails are coming in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Super weekend. Take the weekend off, man. Be done. Tell the boss to call. I got to work, man. I got to be back in here at 5 o'clock. I'm doing TJ show. I'm over on the Big Stick today. I totally forgot about that.
How fun.
I was just reminded of that.
That's a great way to start the weekend.
He said he's bringing beer.
Friday.
He said he's going to have beer.
There's always beer or something over there.
Every time I'm in, there's not.
Oh, wow. Really?
I always miss it by a day. I'm sorry, man. I know I'll get it next time. Hold on.
Usually it's beer Fridays. So.
Yeah, I know. I understand. He has me on except Fridays it's not there. No, next time I'll be beer. All right, hold on. Somebody else is going to be here. What's going on here? So I'm going to be with TJ. That was my worst TJ. So I'll be over on the Big Stick at 5 o'clock today if you want to bounce over to News Radio KKOB. Hey, fellas, how you feeling? Going into the weekend, long week, you tired, sluggish? Does it happen too often? New Mail may be able to help you. Men all over the country have benefited from New Mail's cutting-edge testosterone replacement. Things like depression, fatigue, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, they help you with that. You feel better. And now for men and ladies who deal with hair loss, New Mail can take care of you as well. The number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can go online at Newmail, NUMALE.com. And there are options on this. This isn't a one-size-fits-all. You'll figure out what's best for you with their help. They'll introduce you to options like the stem cells that they use. It's this crazy platelet-rich, I don't understand it, but they do, platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. Uses your own platelets, stimulates stem cells deep in your hair follicle, stops hair loss, you regrow hair. They offer you an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week. There's no linear scarring. Men, ladies, get a hold of New Mail and deal with your hair loss. 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Dream Style Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite.
180 1982, by the way, the MVP kicker. I think it was a strike-shortened season as well. Text line says Lou Groza won the MVP in 1954. Yeah, I was talking about post-merger in 1967 or 66. It's crazy, though. It really is. All right, Super Bowls in days. We had a Super Ho this morning. Lobo Hobo says, I thought you were going to hoe until post time for the Super Bowl, Jeff. Yeah, that was a quality one.
That could have been a bet today.
I've been working on it. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us today. 505-246-0610. Also tonight, Lobo basketball at Air Force. You'll hear that over on News Radio KKOB. Lobo women lose last night on the road in Boise. 69-62. To the Broncos, they'll be in Reno tomorrow. You'll hear that game here on the Sports Animal. Let's go. Jay, appreciate you holding. Good morning, Jay. How you living?
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. Just a quick comment on the MVP kicker. So this was back in 82, correct?
Yep, 1982.
Okay, so how many domes were there back then? I growing up, I used to remember the Houston Astrodome. I don't even know if the Oilers played in the dome back then, but
probably too.
Back in those days, the stadiums are drafty and cold. You deal with weather and wind and all that, and maybe that's why his peers gave him the MVP because he had to battle through all those elements, whereas nowadays everybody's in a dome. So that's my comment.
That's fair. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you. I think there were two back in that day. The Astrodome and the Superdome. They'll be in Houston and in New Orleans. And you're right. Kicking in the elements, playing in that division, playing in Washington and Philly and New York. Look, man. They can play in Antarctica now. There's no way I can see a kicker being named MVP. I mean, people don't respect our kickers are like the brunt of the jokes, aren't they? Unless you're Justin Tucker. I mean, it's crazy. Mud wants to talk about the Lobos. What's up, Mud?
Hey, what's going on, guys? That's a big game. I know everybody's like, oh, Air Force, blah, blah, blah. But these next games, they are very critical to the Lobos entering the postseason play. I think that if they keep on winning and they don't lose any of the, how do you say it, the games in the pit, they have to win the rest of the way. There's 3 more games, I know, but San Diego State's pretty, they're going to come off and be pretty tough for the Lobos, but they can hang in there. They'll do pretty good. Last night, I did want to ask you a question. Last night, St. Mary's lost to Loyola Marymount. So I was wondering if that hurts the Lobos in the power rankings?
In the net?
In the net? Yeah, I was wondering if that would that would hurt the Lobos in any way. And
okay.
And also, just wanted to say Philly by 10.
Philly by 10. All right, Mud. Thanks. It doesn't help them, right, in the net rankings. Now, Loyola Marymount's not horrible. I know when Loyola went up to Spokane and beat Gonzaga, the St. Mary's is still listed as the 6th net team. Loyola Marymount's top 100. So, JJ didn't help. But
it doesn't hurt.
It kills them.
It's still a quad 1 win. You're not dropping them in quad 3.
Yeah. Loyola's going to be the interesting team in that league at 17. I think their only way it is to win the West Coast Conference Tournament. Can they? I don't think so. But, hell, they beat both those teams in front of them. Loyola Marymount's turned that thing around. That's a pretty decent team. You always think St. Mary's, Gonzaga, or Gonzaga, St. Mary's, BYU, and Santa Clara. We have 5 pretty good teams in that league, and we're not even talking about San Francisco, right? Who's, number 118? All right, 505-246-0610. Super Bowl, make your call. Come on in, make your call. And yes, a kicker won the freaking MVP one year. Not this year. It was Patrick Mahomes. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and J.J. Bach.
Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL. MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs and Eagles on Sunday. Super Bowl here on the Sports Animal. Good morning to you. Merry Friday. We've hoed. Boy, did we hoe. Boy, did we hoe. Lobos play tonight against Air Force. Mud was just talking about that. Hey, if you missed Jerry Palmer, want to hear him again, CBS sports bracketologist Jerry Palm was on with us yesterday talking about the bracketology, where the Lobos are, what the loss to Nevada the other night means to them and their chances, and where they're going to be in his new bracket. And so you can listen to that. It's available on all of our places you can get podcasts. It's on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. on both JJ's Twitter at _JJ Buck and on A-Marie's Twitter at Part-Time Bro. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie. Adrian's got us on the ProView Network. You can watch the show. Comcast Channel 26 and on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. All right, what's your favorite storyline going into this? In the Super Bowl?
Jalen Hurts and his development as quarterback, because he came in with the narrative that he was just a runner, and now he's a very efficient passer. RPO game is good, and it's just the evolution of the quarterback position, where you need to be able to win from the pocket, but we're seeing more and more quarterbacks as athletes. And Patrick Mahomes, you look at him, and he makes a lot of plays outside the pocket. He can scoot downfield. You see it at times, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. There's a different level of quarterback that we're seeing these days in the NFL, and you kind of have to have it. It's not just to be able to slide in the pocket, it's to be able to get outside the pocket, and we are seeing that in this Super Bowl, and it's one where it's the new wave. It's officially, Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts, the quarterbacks of, not the future, the quarterbacks of now, the style of play that wins in the NFL.
Do you have one? Do you have a favorite storyline that you're looking at?
I just love it's the Andy Reid Bowl.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I'm on the Mahomes side of this one, because since he won that, really since he became the starting quarterback in his second year in the league, there's been a coronation process of him as the next great quarterback, and he just won his second MVP. But I think in this game and at that position, the ultimate coronation comes when you win your second ring, right? It puts you. Would that put him above Rodgers? I mean, it would as far as championships, right? I mean, there's Favre and there's Rodgers and there's all that Breeze, really good quarterbacks of just the last generation, who have been considered at the top, and in many conversations, the top all time. And this is the guy who's supposed to be the next one in that conversation. And so, to me, the next piece, he's won 2 MVPs. The next piece in this coronation, and he's been here. He's been, it's not like he's not been back since he's won one. He's been back. But it feels like it's the next piece in the evolution of the greatness and the legacy and the story that is Patrick Mahomes. And so I'm really interested in that piece of it.
I like that both of these teams too, like going throughout the season, like Jeff, and I still want to find that clip somewhere. You were big on the Chiefs preseason, but they weren't being talked about big before the season or throughout the season. They were a little more quiet than usual than towards the end of the season, and everyone thought the Eagles were just lucky or they didn't have that hard of a schedule, and so I like that, and both these teams deserve the utmost respect because they're both great teams.
I'm going to tell you why I was so high on the Chiefs early in the year, when everybody was kind of, it's all Chargers. Everybody picked the Chargers.
The Chargers, Russell Wilson to the Broncos. It was the Raiders. We thought the AFC West was going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, everybody thought that was the
division. No one's going to beat that division.
So when Tyreek Hill left, and let's make no mistake, Tyreek Hill is really good. And by the way, he was second in the NFL this year in receiving yards to Justin Jefferson. He had a terrific
and for all their
year.
Quarterback craziness.
He's terrific. But my contention was, and it's been proven to be true, was that you're not going to tell me that you take a great receiver away from the Chiefs and all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes isn't still that great quarterback, and that team still isn't great. My contention was Patrick Mahomes made Tyreek Hill way more than Tyreek Hill made Patrick Mahomes. Now, they're both great in their own right. Please don't tell me that I'm disrespecting either one of them. But if you're going to say who made who better, well, to me, yeah, they both made each other better, but Patrick Mahomes is more important to the creation of Tyreek Hill than Tyreek Hill was to the creation of Patrick Mahomes. And so I saw no reason, and they replaced him with Juju Smith-Schuster and with Marquez Valdez-Scantling and all, and he still had Kelsey, and Hardeman was still there, and then midseason they added Kadarius Toney. But JJ, I was under the firm belief at that time where everybody was down talking. I'm like, okay, they lost one piece, a really big, nice piece. But look at everything else that's still there, and that guy was still there. And there's a few guys in each sport, right? LeBron James is that guy, or was in his prime. Brady was in his prime, and Mahomes is entering his prime. He's still that guy. And when he's there, There was no reason for me to believe. I'm looking at the Chargers with Staley as their head coach, or what Russell Wilson was going to do, and sit here and say, oh, the Chiefs are falling off the map.
No, it's the one guy you just bet on consistently is Patrick Mahomes, and there's going to be moments where people come up and get him. We saw it last year with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, but he is the most consistent in the NFL. He's the most talented. He's the guy that you want your quarterback to be, and that's to elevate everything. So you give Patrick Mahomes a head coach like Andy Reid, who is the most underrated coach in the NFL. And how can you say that? Because we need to talk about Andy Reid right there with Bill Belichick. You want to say Bill Belichick, his Super Bowls with Tom Brady? Okay. But the success that Andy Reid has had with a good quarterback in Donovan McNabb wasn't great. And how consistent they were in the development of the offense. And then he finally gets his special guy, like Belichick had Brady, and look what he's doing.
That's another great storyline, right? I think that's another great storyline is the legacy of Andy Reid. And if he wins a second, and you start going down the list of guys who won two, and you start saying Belichick and Knox and Walsh and Lombardi and some of these great guys. And I know some of you are just going, how are you putting him in the same sentence as Lombardi and Belichick? Well, to what you just said, if he wins two, multiple, we talk about quarterbacks that way, right? Guys who've won multiple take another step over the Mark Rippons and the Doug Williams and even the Aaron Rodgers and the Brett Favres as far as championships. And then we start talking about stature. That's always the divider, the one that puts you over the top. Yeah, their numbers were good, but who won more? Russell Wilson won one. Mahomes can win two. Coaches the same way now, right? I mean, when you start thinking of the great coaches and how many, who do you consider great coaches? This is big for Andy Reid. And how many times are they going to get back? We can sit here and talk about how great Mahomes is, and we do. I think all of us think he's the best quarterback in the world. But we've spent hours talking about how good the AFC is. Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and Herbert and everybody who's coming in the AFC, man, it's a gauntlet. And you've seen how close some of these games are. Like, for them to get back to the Super Bowl last year, right? Well, they weren't in the Super Bowl last year. See? That's how hard it is.
But it's still 3 and 5 years.
Championships in a row.
Right. But see how close games are? Like, they almost didn't get the AFC Championship because the Bills had a beat the year before this, right? 13 seconds ago. So I don't think you could ever take it for granted. When you're there, these are legacy entrenching games. And you bring up a great one. I mean, Andy Reid, how big is this for his legacy? To put him in the multiple Super Bowl winning coach category.
Verified error. And it's because Andy Reid's the guy right now that I would trust him with anyone. Like any team that feels like, oh, we're close, we just need to get over the hump. Well, Andy Reid's that dude. Like his offensive development, the game plans, what he's done over his career. Yeah, he is in that conversation where if you're saying, all right, who is the best active head coach? There's a debate. It's not as simple as just saying Bill Belichick.
Well, here's a list of coaches who've won multiple Super Bowls. Belichick, Lombardi, Chuck Noll, Bill Walsh, Don Shula, Tom Landry, Joe Gibbs. I mean, what'd you say, rarefied air? Yeah, isn't that rarefied air? I mean, 100%, right? Shula, Landry, Parcells also, Tom Coughlin, Mike Shanahan, George Seifert won too? Wow. Jimmy Johnson, Tom Flores. I mean, these are every one of these names is a legend, isn't it? Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll, Bill Walsh, Joe Gibbs, Vince Lombardi, Tom Flores, Jimmy Johnson. Seifert's the one guy you kind of go, really? All right. Mike Shanahan, Tom Coughlin, Bill Parcells, Tom Landry, Don Shula. That's who he's looking to join. I mean, it's big. It's legacy. Now, look, it's just as big for the other guys. It's just as big for Jalen Hurts to get to one because you know what you need to do before you get to two? Got to win one. And you know how damn hard it is to get there. Cowboy fan, it's been, your whole life since you've been there. Many of you just remember what your dads tell you. Right? That's how hard it is to get the Super Bowl, right? No, honestly, Viking fan, right?
For my lifetime.
Yeah. And that's how hard it is. And you say, well, they're going to get back. Look, Marino thought the same damn thing. Dan Marino got there his rookie year. They lost. Well, he'll be back. Never got back. Dan Fouts never got there. Right? There's a lot. But legacy-wise, that's why I love the Mahomes story. And, JJ, you kind of talked me into loving the Andy Reid story.
This is great. It's just one that I'm just excited because there's no, what ifs, if they had all their healthy offensive linemen or this person or that. Yeah, Mahomes, he's got the ankle, but he showed in the AFC Championship game. He's still a playmaker, even 5 to 7% better with 2 weeks. Jalen Hurts, the shoulder injury, he's proven in the playoffs that hasn't hampered him. Let's go. Let's see a historic Super Bowl on Sunday.
Look, everybody's hurt this time of year. You played football since August, early September. Everybody's hurt by now. It's the difference between being hurt and being injured, right? Everybody's got a little something right now. So go out and get it done, and this can be fun. But what's your favorite storyline going into the Super Bowl? Is it Hurts elevating himself? Is it Mahomes getting the second? Is it Reed? Is it the Kelsey brothers? What is it to you? And make your call. 505-246-0610. Make your call. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? It's going to be right here on the Sports Animal. Hey guys, if you're looking for Valentine's Day's ideas, and it's not, you're not the chocolate flowers jewelry guy, I got an idea for you. On the Spot Automotive Detailing offers gift cards. You can buy this service. I did this last year. It was awesome. What is it? It's automotive detailing. So they come out to you wherever and whenever it's convenient. And On the Spot Automotive Detailing details your vehicle. What does that mean, detail? It's not just a wash, although it is a wash and a wax. It's inside, it's outside, it's under the hood. This is what the car dealerships do. They get their vehicles detailed. So when they're done with this looks and feels and smells and drives like the day you took it off the lot. Remember how cool that was? Great gifts are something that people will love, but may not necessarily buy for themselves. That's what On the Spot Automotive Detailing is. They come to you where it's convenient, when it's convenient. That is the beauty of this. They are great at what they do, and they make it convenient for you. I don't know where their office is. It doesn't matter. They know where mine is. They're out in the parking lot taking care of it while I'm working. Ask them about ceramic coating. They apply that by hand. It's the best way to protect your paint for years to come. They offer a lifetime warranty. Look, you're probably going to have this vehicle for a long time. Take care of it. Military, 10% discount at On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Give them a call. The number is 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859, or you can see them online and buy there at otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
FM and AM 610.
The Sports Animal.
Text line's on you a little bit. Here's my question, it says. If Mahomes is not paired with Andy Reid, is Mahomes the generational talent that he is? And then it says, thank you, JJ, for making my point. Andy Reid deserves to be in the pantheon of great coaches. So if Patrick Mahomes, pick a coach. I don't know that there's an absolute answer to this. I think it behooved both Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid to find each other, right? As it behooved Belichick and Brady to find each other. And it's interesting how they did. A 6th-round pick enters for an injured Drew Bledsoe and becomes Tom Brady. And Belichick's like, well, look what I learned. I mean, no interest on the Cincinnati. Look what I found in the 6th round. Andy Reid saw this. They traded up, drafted Mahomes, sat him for a year behind Alex Smith. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember this. Mahomes sat a year behind Alex Smith, and then when the Chiefs opted to go with Mahomes, there was a lot of, what are they doing? You've got a proven NFL quarterback in Alex Smith, and you're going to this rookie out of Texas Tech. Like, what are they? There was a lot of that, right? I mean, when you go back and look at some of the things that were discussed, and you go, what were people thinking? There was a whole lot of, what are they doing? So it's a really fair question. I mean, they came together that way not by circumstance, not by chance. This was planned. Andy Reid saw something in Patrick Mahomes. But let's say Patrick Mahomes ended up with, what's my guy's name, Staley over with the Chargers?
Brandon Staley.
Or he ended up with Zimmer. Or ended up, pick another coach. Would he be Patrick Mahomes? He'd be pretty damn good, right? But would he be? I don't know that we know the answer never will. And I don't know that it matters much because this is the circumstance.
Yeah, he comes like any other really good quarterback. But I think that he's special because of the coach and the system that he has in Andy Reid. Because I think a good answer to that is we think Justin Herbert's really talented, but he's in the Brandon Staley system. And he doesn't quite look like you'd expect him to look, or the hype with it. And, Mahomes, I think because he's been so good, we forget what you just said, is that he wasn't anointed to the next guy. He wasn't a number 1 overall draft pick. He came out of a place that for so long, people were scared to take quarterbacks out of Texas Tech because
it
we
was
just
a
put up a
system.
bunch of yards. Well, now guess what? Now that translates a whole lot better to the NFL game, and then you have this dude that has the size, the athleticism, the arm. Watch
And
out.
the it, right? The I've always for my whole life tried to describe what it is, and it is the undescribable, right? He's got it, right? Kobe had it, Michael had it, LeBron's got it. The it is that just intangible, undescribable, special sense, something different that guy only that guy can do it, and he's got it, right? Whatever it is. I look back on the Mahomes thing. To your point, they moved up to draft him. I remember when he wasn't on Mel Kiper's board or any of those guys, McShay and all these experts, and it was really a reach. Well, they already have a quarterback and they're moved up. The Kansas City Chiefs, I want to say, was 10th, right?
Yeah, 10th overall.
Yeah, and the Kansas City Chiefs traded up and they take Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback out of Texas Tech. And he's got very good athleticism and he put up 1 million yards, but in the system it was like, what are they doing? And this guy, to your point, JJ, this wasn't Andrew Luck coming out. This wasn't Joe Burrow consensus.
You know what
number
quarterback was taken before him?
So no, I don't know what that draft was.
Mitch Trubisky.
So that was the Trubisky draft where they
that was the only quarterback taken before him.
Who were the quarterbacks in that draft? After that,
I'm going to tell you, and Christian McCaffrey is right before him, and John Ross.
Who was the number one pick in that draft?
Myles Garrett.
All right, and that's worked out well. So 1 was Myles Garrett, 2 was Trubisky. What were the top 9?
Oh my gosh, Deshaun Watson was 12th.
Okay.
So Mahomes was 10th. Mitch Trubisky was 2nd.
Yeah, and then who else? Who was 3, 4, 5?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, there are no other quarterbacks.
But who got drafted? Like I'm
so I'm starting at number 1.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, Mitch Trubisky, Solomon Thomas, Leonard Fournette, Corey Davis, Jamal Adams, Mike Williams, Christian McCaffrey, John Ross, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, there's some good players and some.
And then
busts in there.
Marshawn Lattimore, and then Deshaun Watson.
Any other quarterbacks in the first round?
Nope.
So he was the second quarterback taken. So that would probably be considered. Oh, wasn't a very good quarterback class. Now you got Deshaun Watson, 12, and him. I just, JJ, your point was he was never anointed this guy, right? These 2 quarterbacks, while one was a first round pick and one was a second, their routes are not that you've got to take a quarterback at the top of the draft. And I don't know, look, they traded up to get him. Maybe they thought somebody else was going to take him. They saw something, but I firmly remember, and I know you do too, that when this pick was made, when it came down to it, it was like, what are they doing? They already have a quarterback. Who is this guy? He's not that good. Like they could have got him in the 3rd round. Maybe they could have, maybe they couldn't have. I don't know. I would tell you they think it's well worth it now. For him to become this guy, would it have happened without Andy Reid? I don't know. And it's a fair question that you pose on the text chat. It's a really fair question. If you would have paired him with Sean McVay, maybe. Brandon Staley, maybe not. Don Zimmer, maybe not. Right? Joe Judge, probably not. What was Sean Payton, maybe? I mean, you start going through. I don't know. We'll never know. But the fact, I promise you this, the 2 of those guys thank their lucky stars every damn day that they found each other, because they have elevated both of their careers / legacies, and I promise you their bank accounts, to levels that they had not seen previously.
It's, that's always the what if in any of these scenarios, because football is so much more than one person. Now you can find a special guy that elevates others, but there's something about the right coach with the right superstar. And when we talk about Phil Jacksons of the world, Belichick and Tom Brady, like, yes, to be great, you're going to be surrounded by other greats because they elevate each other. But this is a really good one because Patrick Mahomes could easily be Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
If they flip that around, then he'd be like, oh, that's a good guy, but we're not talking about him as traits of the greatest ever 5 straight AFC Championship games, because there's stability involved, there's coaching, there's franchise.
Yeah, no, it's circumstance. I don't know if you guys remember David Carr, Derek's older brother. David Carr came out of Fresno State. I want to say it was the number 1 overall pick in the draft. It was when the Houston Texans were a expansion franchise. And he is considered a bust because he spent his career on his back. They had a horrible offensive line, and he had nothing around him. And David Carr never had a chance with the Houston Texans. Now, I don't know if David Carr would have been really good if he got drafted by the Eagles and played for Andy Reid or not. But I know he never had a chance because he spent his career on his back. He's like the most sacked quarterback ever or something, whatever the stats are. But it's a really good point. And as the two of these, if we sit here Monday with Kansas City winning, a lot of the conversation is going to be about legacy and echelon and where these guys are. And where now does Mahomes sit? And we'll have this conversation Monday, JT, but are we talking about Mahomes already on a higher shelf than Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Yes.
I think Aaron Rodgers, he's just dealing with the backlash to his off-the-field stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just go on the field.
I think we're seeing now the guy that, Mahomes, straight talent, you can say it's better than Aaron Rodgers. Because that's been the argument for Aaron Rodgers. It's not necessarily just the championships, but people would say, oh, he's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. He's the best at the position.
He's won 1 ring, and it was over a decade ago.
Yeah. And talent-wise, there's Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure Justin Herbert, these guys. Yeah, there's plenty of talents out there, but there is something special about being able to elevate in the biggest moments, and we've seen that from Patrick Mahomes, man. This is the 3rd Super Bowl in 5 seasons.
Yep.
Like, they've been to 5 straight AFC Championship games. This is how Tom Brady racked up all those rings. Just consistency, always being there with a chance.
All right, you got thoughts on this at 505-246-0610. Want to hear from you. A few lines open. You can email Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Business owners, you know about your computers and networks and how important it is to make it all secure. Are they secure? Are you sure about this? Because you need to be. Get a hold of ABQ IT. You've got to know your system's protected from hackers and cybercrime. You had a small gap in your cybersecurity, and it can do major, major damage to your business. And this threat is real, boys and girls. ABQ IT provides a thorough look at your computer security. They'll let you know where you're at risk. They created a business model designed to protect you from malicious threats, to keep your computers up to date. And they do this at one affordable monthly cost. And you need to know about this. By June 9th, many of you are going to have to ensure the personal data of your customers is protected. It's called the FTC Safeguards Rule. Your business may face penalties if you're not compliant by this deadline. With ABQ IT, you will be prepared. Look, there's no hourly rate or labor billing. There's no hidden fees. Your rate's predictable. It will not change. And you've got to protect your business because it flat out isn't worth the risk of hoping, of thinking it's not going to happen to you. Hope, think is not a plan. Make a plan. Trust the experts in cybersecurity and compliance. Visit abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
Talk. Well, he's festively plump. He's festively plump.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You know, we festively plump guys got to stick together.
Yes.
I mean, he's got to do something about that mustache. But hey, you know, we all can't be perfect, right? So he and the thing is, Patrick Mahomes had a career record at Texas Tech of 11-13. So it would take a lot, I think, to go into your general manager and say, hey, I really like this quarterback. And the GM says, well, what do you do in college? Yeah. Well, he threw for a lot of yards, but his teams were 11-13. Because usually in the NFL, the team's record actually is on the quarterback and the coach. It's not on the running back, not on wide receivers, the defensive coordinator. It's usually on the coach and the quarterback. So when you look at 11-13, that's a hard sell. And you know that Andy Reid saw something and was able to mold that or have him sit behind
Alex Smith.
Who was their backup?
Alex Smith. He was their quarterback. He wasn't their backup, man. They had you got to go in and convince your ownership and your GM. Look, man, I know we got a quarterback, but I want to take this kid. Not only do I want to take him, I want to trade up to take a kid who was 11-13 in college because I think he's different. And you got to convince your guy, hey, the guy that we got, who by the way we're paying a lot of money for, I got someone better for you. No, you're 100% right, man. He saw something that nobody else saw, and festively plump dude wins on this one. So
exactly. So the plump fraternity wins this one.
Man, no, I'm all about that. I always root for the bald guy, and festively plump. I can be on your side too. Jay, enjoy the weekend, man. Thanks. Festively plump may be my next fantasy football team.
It's a good one.
Yeah, no, it's
that's got to go on the board.
I'll put it on the board next. Festively plump. Terry, good morning to you.
Good Friday, everyone. As always, thoughts and hugs. Addie, Austin, Baloo, and all family members. Kind of going back a little bit to the Mosley winning MVP. Back then, I don't know if the uprights were at the goal line or the back of the end zone.
They were in the back of the end zone. They were in the back of the end zone.
Oh yeah, but when you got past the 50-yard line, they would sometimes 3rd and 7 just run the ball, because if you tried a field goal and you missed, it would just go to the 20. I don't know which year they started bringing it out back to the line of scrimmage, but back then it was just like, oh, we'll just go ahead and try a field goal, and if we miss, they'll get it at the 20. So you had games where the Redskins would win 15-14 with 5 field goals and all that. And I think it was the same year Riggins was the Super Bowl MVP against Miami, because it's always hard, because Super Bowls is always different year than the regular season and all that. So from that standpoint there, it was hard. So, they changed the rules to keep the offense, whether it's either, you got to go for a first down on 3rd down and really try to move the ball, or you're going to punt. But yeah, if you were an unders better like me back then, it was nice a lot of games, because some of the games were quite boring, and it was just how he came through. And yes, he was a straight-on kicker. I guess he's the other trivia that's always tied this time of year is Mike Bass. He was the one for the Redskins who ran the interception back to Garo Yepremian. That was always shows would always bring up who did that for the time that way. So for Mahomes, obviously following the Big 12. He had some wild games throwing for 8 trillion yards and all that, but he got in the right situation, and that always helps. And so I just wonder, he is so tied. Kelsey is, it's like, they're tied at the hip, and I don't know how many years Kelsey has left, but as long as they're together, I think they'll definitely tear it up. I think I'm going 27-24 just to be obnoxious, not even picking a winner, because I don't know if the over-under was 50.5, and by game time that might be an over bet, it might be an under bet, it might be a push, but that would be one to kind of
51's the number that would put you right on it. All right, man, enjoy the weekend, Terry. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
By the way, you guys are coming up with great stuff. Just the numbers, the thought, the perspective that you're adding, and appreciate it. Understand how much we appreciate you. There's so much you guys could be doing in so many places that you can listen to radio, and I know A. Marie and JJ and I really appreciate you spending some time with us every morning and bringing what you add to the show. And so just thank you for these phone calls and for listening and for the insight and the perspective and just the different ways you're thinking. Ray, good morning to you. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I'm a Raider fan, and I usually root for the AFC, except for the teams in our division. I won't root for them. That's why I'm going for Philadelphia this weekend. And Mahomes has a lot to thank. He got in the right situation, and he has a tight end. I think he needs to thank Kelsey a lot for throwing over 1,000 yards, because that's his glove right there, his right-hand man that he's going to throw to if he ever gets in trouble or nothing. The play falls apart, he knows he can throw to Kelsey, but I think Kelsey's made a lot of his career so far. We'll see what you guys think.
Yeah, no, thanks, man. Obviously, everybody's got to go too. The tight end thing. What do you make of it? First of all, he said he's lucky he got it in the right or into the right situation. That wasn't by circumstance, right? Trubisky kind of got drafted. A lot of times you just get drafted to bad teams. It's rare that a good team is going to be able to move up and draft and get a changing quarterback like that. And that's where Andy Reid comes into this.
Yeah, and it's Travis Kelce's his Scottie Pippen right now, but then we've seen Tyreek Hill, and there'll be a moment where they'll have to transition and they'll have to find who's next for him. But the guys I'm looking at in the league, I'm going to bet my money on Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes that they'll be able to develop an offense even without the unbelievable pass-catching tight end that is Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you go through most. I was thinking about this. Montana had Vernon Davis. Is that right? Back when he
Vernon Davis.
Can that be right? That can't be right. No, that was way after. Who was? He had Dwight Clark. I guess Dwight Clark was his tight end, huh? Dwight Clark was his tight end. I was thinking Dwight Clark was wide out. So he had Dwight Clark, Brady had Gronk. Mahomes has Kelsey. I mean, you think about great wideouts when you say Jerry Rice, but the most great receivers had a tight end to go to that was a difference maker, didn't they? Well, I mean, most great quarterbacks. I think that's right. Then you go through it. It's stimulating, the thoughts on it and how it all happened. And I think Andy Reid in the last few years has been getting his due that was long overdue, but he needed the validation of the Super Bowl. And this will be the long question. We did this for years with Belichick or Brady. Is it about Belichick or Brady? And we may start having this conversation if the Chiefs win. Is it about Mahomes or Reid? And the answer is yes.
I was like, why can't it be both?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
It takes both of them.
It's amazing how good a coach Phil Jackson was when he had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, or when he had Shaq and Kobe, right? There's not a good coach in America or in the world that has been a great coach without great players. There just isn't. I mean, give me one coach who just did it on a regular basis. Don't give me one team. Did it on a regular basis that didn't have what you would consider great players.
They go hand in hand, because part of being a great coach is being able to have stability even in the down years, be good enough to where you don't lose your job, and some of that goes to the franchise. Because who do we talk about in basketball as one of the greatest coaches of all time?
Well, you talk about Phil Jackson because he's got all those rings. Talk about Red Auerbach. Talk about Pat Riley. Rarely do you talk about Lenny Wilkins, who I think is the all-time leader in wins.
You haven't said the guy that I'm thinking of.
Krzyzewski?
Popovich.
Greg Popovich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good one.
And look at what the Spurs have been the last few years.
Yeah, because he doesn't have those players. No, it's kind of playing out with Belichick. It's the same concept, right?
Yeah, and that's where I look at Bill Belichick and getting to the playoffs, not having losing seasons. Like, that's really impressive. Those are the things you look at and say, all right, there's something there about the culture, the guy at the top. It's the Mike Tomlin thing in Pittsburgh. All right, maybe you're not the best team in the league, but you're never the worst team in the league.
Yeah. All right, going to wrap it up. I got a legend who sent an email, a Hall of Famer who sent us an email that I want to get to you, and your final chance to get picks in on our show. Before we go into Super Weekend, it's the opening drive. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch the show on Comcast Channel 26 and on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM. A. Marie producing on the radio side. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Thanks for being with us on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special...
Grady sent an email that says, I've changed my mind. Super Friday hoers of the OD and the AM. This caller's quoting of J.J. Buck's take of availability is your best ability encapsulates my changing of my mind on LeBron's all-time status. You all have been saying it. LeBron broke the record while still playing at an elite level, and not as some hanger-on chasing a record, and that's special. I've heard some people dismiss his breaking the record as a longevity award, and response is, and his longevity, and more importantly, his ability to be elite for so long should be celebrated. Now, it's arguable that LeBron's absolute best never quite measured up to MJ's or Kobe's, and in my opinion, Magic's. But what is inarguable is that LeBron was better for much longer than any of them. Now, I'm no GOATologist, but his breaking the scoring record combined with his elite availability has made me change my mind to give the king his GOAT title. I'm like you, Mr. XTV guy and Bronco Tony. I've matured as an NFL fan, maybe not so much as an adult, but definitely as a fan. I'm a Cowboys fan, he says, but watch the NFL much more as a football fan, unless it's the Eagles. I've never matured past hating them as a division rival, and their fans are the absolute worst. I spent a little time in Philly when my sister lived out there. Let's just say she and her husband became Cowboy fans after their time there. I'll be making an extra special Super Bowl spread to stuff my face with the missus. And if I make the right food, the teenager that lives in my house just might stick around for the game too. Chiefs by 3, getting ready for a tough district basketball game in Jeff's own Santa Rosa tomorrow. Grady and Santa Fe by way of 2A Titletown Pecos. All right, so he's got LeBron as the GOAT now, and he is not as big of a man as you are, and gotten past deep-rooted, I don't know if the word's hatred, but animosity. How about that? Towards rivals of your favorite teams. He's not there. It's like Lakers and Celtic fans, Gopher says. In the 80s, it felt like they were playing for the belt every year, and they faced each other only 3 times. You know that? Lakers should only wear gold when playing with the Forum and purple on the parquet floor at Boston. Yes.
A phone caller couldn't come on, but he wanted to know, do you think Andy Reid would have won a Super Bowl?
Without Patrick Mahomes?
Yes. He wanted to ask you and JJ.
Yeah, I mean, like, would he? Do I think he would have won with Alex Smith? No. Now, right? What's
Didn't
the
one with Donovan McNabb?
I mean, went to one with Donovan.
He lost.
I never
to
thought
Tom
Donovan
Brady.
McNabb was that good.
He lost to Tom Brady.
Yeah. Did you ever? Where do you have Donovan McNabb? I always thought he was a fine NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he'd be like one of those guys that be on the outside. Right now, he'd be one of those guys that would be, 10. If we're talking yeah, you can win with Don McNabb, but he's not this guy. He's not that guy.
Yeah, it's a great question. Would Andy Reid have won a Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. Who are you giving me? You giving me Justin Herbert? You giving me Jalen Hurts? You giving me Alex Smith? Would Bill Belichick have won without Tom Brady? Would Vince Lombardi have won without Bart Starr?
Think how different things would have been if Andy Reid fell in love with the other quarterback.
Mitch Trubisky
that
or
went
Deshaun
2
Watson?
spots later.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
So you think Deshaun Watson would have been better than Patrick Mahomes?
No, I think they could have won a Super Bowl.
They could have with that talent.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't think he'd be necessarily like 5 straight AFC Championship games, but
all right. Let me ask you about.
They could have done it with Deshaun Watson.
What about the person? Does that play into it? I mean,
well, now yes.
Well, but
we know that.
But now
didn't
that
know
we
it at
know
the
that,
time.
but we know it now. So, and we're looking back in retrospect.
He would have won one the first few years.
Do you think he would have won one with Deshaun Watson? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
you remember Deshaun Watson had the Houston Texans up double digits in Arrowhead in one of those playoff games.
That's right.
Yep.
No, that's right. That's right. We'll never know. We'll never know. I guess the answer for that caller is a maybe. With whom would he? Who's his quarterback?
What is this? I'm sorry. We've of course on the Patrick Mahomes train right now, but what trajectory could this put Jalen Hurts on?
That's what I said earlier, right? I mean, that's why I love that storyline as well. Jalen, what trajectory could put him on? The trajectory that you've got Joe Burrow and all these other young quarterbacks on, and it's got to put him above Justin Herbert and even Josh Allen at that point, right? Burrow's been to a Super Bowl, didn't win it. If Hurts wins this Super Bowl, first of all, what it does for him is it gets him paid, right? It gets him freaking paid. We had the conversation the other day. Can he hurt himself? He's their quarterback in their minds for the future, right? He wins a Super Bowl, he gets paid. He's going to be a top 5 quarterback by the time next season starts, probably higher as far as money, okay? But then when you start having the conversation about great quarterbacks, I mean, everybody's list starts at Mahomes, right? And then it scatters somewhere between, in whatever order you want it to be, Rodgers, Burrow, Allen, Herbert. Am I forgetting someone?
No.
Okay. Hurts, I think, then becomes in that conversation. And he's got
Jalen Hurts
something,
is
3 of them don't.
Yeah, doing what we're waiting Josh Allen to do until they get to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Because to me, it's Mahomes, it's Burrow, and then it's flavor of the moment after that.
I think that's right. I think that's right. And Burrow's done it consistently. Got to a Super Bowl and then an AFC Championship game 2 years in a row. I mean, that's starting to be consistency. Mahomes has been to 5 straight AFC Championships. This is his 3rd Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
That's consistency. So what would it do for Hurts? All right, I'm all over the damn place. I don't even know who I'm rooting for now. Like I love both stories. I want to see Hurts win. I want to see Mahomes win. I started out Eagles by 2 this week. That's where I started out. I don't know where I am now. Where are you?
Feels like I talked myself into Patrick Mahomes this morning.
That's kind of how I feel too, right?
With what we've done.
By the end of the 3 hours.
Jim Rome Show is next. They're heard with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock. We're back with award-winning radio on Super Monday at 7 a.m. JJ's got Lobo Women's Basketball tomorrow. What time from Reno?
2 p.m. Mountain Time.
2 p.m. Mountain Time.
hoops.
A little basketball over on News Radio today. Men against Air Force on News Radio, KQB, 7 o'clock tip time. Hey, Marie, have a great trip.
Thank you.
And have a great weekend. Adrian, terrific work today. JJ, have a great call tomorrow. Safe travels. Enjoy beautiful Reno.
Thank you.
Enjoy Super Weekend, boys and girls. Have a great, safe weekend. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will speak with you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.